connecting Indigenous musicians and artists to the world. Welcome to Indigenous Super Stars with your host, Rhonda Head.
Hello, everyone. How is everyone doing tonight? It's April 6th or April 6th today, and today I'm celebrating 1 year anniversary for Indigenous Superstars. So I'm really excited about I'm going to be talking about my show tonight. I have some really huge announcements that I'm going to be making, and I'm going to talk about some of my most memorable guests that have been on the show. And if anyone has any questions, feel free to give me to just ask me. Hello, Kim. Nice to see you from Kansas. Just want to let you know our snow is finally melting, and thank you for saying happy anniversary for the show Indigenous Superstars. It's been a challenging year, that's for sure. A totally challenging year. So I just want to mention that I got asked to perform at this Indigenous Human Resources Skill Builder Conference, which is being held virtually on April 27 and 28. So I want to give a big shout out to the organizers for inviting me to perform. Thank you so much. And I released a song today. Hey, Janet said happy anniversary to me. It's my sister. Thank you. I'm just posting them online here. Happy anniversary. Thank you so much. Thank you for tuning in. Yeah, my song Kitamke Wapmitin got released today, and it means I will see you again. And probably all the Indigenous languages in the world probably don't have a word to say goodbye. And the way we say it in Cree is Kitamke Wapmitin, and that means I will see you again. So I'm going to be playing the video for you later on in the program. And let's see. Yeah, I'm just going to let you know I don't have a guest today. I'm just going to be talking about the show and about myself. So I just want to I want to talk about the show now. I started the show last year, April 6th. I was nervous as heck. I was scared to death. So anytime something really scares me, that means I have to explore it. So I went in and did a whole bunch of research on different programs, how I could interview artists live. And I started reaching out to some of my artist colleagues and friends. So I found a program and I did my research on questions to ask. And my first guest was the beautiful Desiree Dorian, and she's originally from Opaskwayak, but now she resides in Dauphin, Manitoba. And I'm really happy and glad that she took a risk with me and did the first show with me. And I was scared. I was totally scared because I never interviewed anyone before in my life, and it was a first time doing that for me. So it was really scary to interview, and then as time went on and on and on, I found a better program to showcase the artists that I interview, and also my interview skills got better. So just practice, and today is my 71st first show. So I interviewed 70 guests on my show Indigenous Superstars, and some of the stories that came out of the guests that I interviewed were so amazing. And one of them I want to share with you is with my former guitar instructor. I just took a break because I'm just too busy, but he's an amazing guitar player from New York, and I posted on my Facebook channel that I wanted to take guitar lessons. So he reached out to me on Facebook, and I checked him out. I checked out his website, and he's a really incredible guitar player. So I thought, yeah, okay, I'll take some lessons through online. So I started taking lessons, and I just know the basics right now. I know a few chords, but I've been learning a lot of technique. And like, his name is Frank Palangi, and I just want to say hi to him if he tunes in, or if he downloads the podcast. So a couple of shows I was already into my shows, and I took a few lessons from him already. And then he asked me, he goes, could I be interviewed by you on your show? So I was kind of wondering, like, because I was because of his last name Palangi, and it sounds like an Italian last name. So I followed my gut, and I said, yeah, sure, I'll interview you. So we had our interview. He played his amazing guitar and he sang, and then towards the end of the show, I always ask my guests, would you like to have any final words? And he said, yes. I I uh, I would like to share that I have some relatives in in Nova Scotia, Indigenous relatives from Nova Scotia. So he shared and it was the first time that he shared that he had Indigenous blood inside in him, and that he had connections to some tribes in Nova Scotia. So that was one of my one of my memorable shows that and guests that I've had on the show. Hi, Kealoha. 71 shows. Wow, 71 bridges connected. Thank you for creating this space to find and connect with incredible Indigenous musicians. Thanks, Kealoha. And then I'm going to be interviewing her in May. She's an amazing musician and percussionist, and we actually collaborated in one of my songs. We met at the Banff Center, and she recorded the percussion on a song that I wrote called Played. So it's great to see you on, Kealoha, and I'm looking forward to interviewing you as well, and can't wait for you to showcase your incredible talent to the audience that tunes in to the show. And so I have a really, really huge announcement that I'm gonna make. I'm gonna play the video, and then I'll talk about it.
Indigenous music is being recognized throughout the world and gaining momentum every single day. The Indigenous Super Stars Music Awards recognizes the unique artistry of Indigenous musicians and encourages Indigenous artists to submit to the inaugural Indigenous Super Stars Music Awards 2021. The award will increase awareness of your craft and gain recognition online and through promotion. The show will be streamed live on Indigenous Superstars and Frog Radio. Only songs or singles that have been released and distributed on Spotify between January 1st, 2019 and July 31st, 2021 are eligible. Entries for submissions have already began and end July 31st, 2021 at midnight. The Indigenous Superstars Music Awards 2021. For all the details, visit our website at indigenousuperstars.com.
So that's my major announcement. Hello, Viv. It's great to see you. Happy anniversary and a job well done and looking amazing all the time. Thanks, Viv. You're looking great too. I love the posts. I like following you. You look great. Hey, Brian at Waskowich. Hello from Onion Lake Cree Nation. Brian's a really awesome round dance powwow singer. Thanks for tuning in. So yeah, that's my announcement. And there's going to be 26 categories that musicians and artists can apply for. It's $25 a song. You don't have to have a full CD to enter the award show. And I'm just going to read off some of the categories that are open for the award. Hey, Efrain, nice to see you. Efrain's tuning in from New Mexico. Janet says, yay, Indigenous Superstar Music Awards. That's exciting. Yes, it's totally exciting. I can't wait for the word to get out and for our artists to get out. Hey, Brian, there's a round dance category and a powwow contemporary and traditional category as well. So hopefully you guys submit your music. So I'm just going to read off the categories. There's classical, DJ, electronic, emerging artist, Indigenous Inuk language, male artist, best male artist, best female artist, hip hop, music video, powwow traditional, powwow contemporary, brown dance, country, world, Native American flute, folk, blues and jazz, fiddling, rock, pop, spiritual, cover art, Opaskwayak Cree Nation artist, Indigenous Radio, Rising Star Award, Humanitarian, and Lifetime Achievement. So I'm really, really excited to recognize all the Indigenous artists out there that have worked hard and released their music to the world. And I'm providing another platform for all our Indigenous musicians and artists out there to showcase their music and to get their music out there. So I've partnered with Frog Radio and Radio Western FM 94.9 radio. And I want to thank Brad Lang for creating my intro and extra for my show. And he's the one that created the video for the announcement of the award show. So it's really a lot of exciting things going on. And what better way of organizing a music award show than a musician who knows what who has, well, not knows, but who has the experience and doing a lot of networking with other musicians and listening to what they want. So this is what I've done, and I'm this year it's going to be virtual, and of course through Indigenous Superstars. The date of the show is September 25th, and we'll be streaming it live on the Indigenous Superstars and for our radio as well, and that's a radio show. So I'm currently still looking for sponsors and talking to other organizations to see how we can showcase our Indigenous musicians and artists. So I'm really happy and proud to be doing this. It's been a lot of work. I've been planning it for the past year. I've been working on the planning and everything, and I have a little group of people that have been helping me as well. And sometimes I'll send a message out to a fellow artist to get some advice on which way the show can go. So hopefully next year in 2022, hopefully COVID won't be on the earth anymore, and we'll have a gala and red carpet at in my community of Opaskwayak Cree Nation. So this is and also wanted to talk about the Opaskwayak Cree Nation Award, and there's so many amazing talent from my community that I each year will be dedicated to really fantastic musician from my community. This year it's going to the late this year that the award is being dedicated to the late great Rick Ballantyne, and he was an amazing guitar player, and he could have went really far with his music. So I'll let his family members talk about him. Probably maybe on the next show I'll bring one of his family members on to talk about the late Rick Ballantyne. So if anyone has any questions about the award show, they can just private message me. But I'm gonna be putting the video out on yeah, Viv, and you know what we're calling the gala is gonna be awesome. So you'll have to come to my community. We'll have a red carpet event, and it's gonna be awesome. So okay, what was I gonna talk about now? Yeah, so I'm going to be posting the video on my social media, so please share it far and wide. It's on the Indigenous Superstar website too. If anyone wants to find out more information on the show, it's all there on the website on www.indigenousuperstars.com. So with that, I'm going to go into I want to play a video for you. Oh, yes, Janet says we have a year to design our gowns. That's right. Awesome. Kialoa says, I remember when you were in the beginning dream stages of these awards, inspiring to see you bringing your ideas to life. Yes, I have been talking about this for a while, Kialoa. I'm glad you brought that up. It's been more than a year that I've been talking about this idea, and it's coming to life. It's gonna happen, and it's so exciting, and I'm looking forward to just seeing all the artists apply and hearing their music too. And I got a really awesome program where you can buy or enter your award, and and then I can select judges. So that's it, still in the planning stages right now. So it's similar to the to Yangaroo, but I think it's a more easy user friendly platform to use. So I'm really excited about that. So that moving on with the program, I want to play a video for you that I performed. It's a song doing it's a song that I recorded in January, and it's doing really well in Europe right now. So I'm really excited about that. It's a song I re-recorded the song Kisagitin, I love you, and that Kisagitin means I love you in Cree. I love you it means I love you in Cree, and it's such a beautiful song, and I had it scored a few years ago, but I didn't know what I was going to do with it, and then this opportunity came about that from with this company called Musiversal. So I contacted them, and the ball got rolling, and I sent them my score, and then we made arrangements to record, and this is the end product. So I hope you enjoy it. It's Kisagitin, I Love You with the Prague Orchestra. Oh, I'm gonna shut that off for now. That was the wrong one that I found, but I'm gonna find the correct one. And thank you, Kialoa, for the compliment. It's always I'm so happy you tuned in, and I like I said, I follow you, and I followed you when you went to Mexico. That was so cool. That was so cool that you went out that way with your partner. Okay, hopefully I can find it here now. Let's see. Okay, here it is. I found it. Sorry about that. I'm not used to doing my own show. I'm not used to interviewing myself. It's I'm used to having a guest on the show. Okay, here we go. Can you hear me? I love you. I said, can you hear me? I love you. Life, it's true. said, "Can you hear me? I love you. Life, it's true. So that's my song, Kasagitin, I Love You. It's doing really well on SoundCloud right now. It has 152,000 plays, and majority of the spins are from people from Europe. People in Russia are loving it. They're the number one country right now playing my song. So I'm really proud of this song because it's recorded in the Cree language, and it's being played in Europe, and the orchestra let me know, the producer let me know that it was their first time collaborating with an Indigenous person and in an Indigenous language. So I'm really proud that this song is doing really well in Europe, and hopefully it'll do well in Canada for when people hear it here. And Brian said, what did he say? I'm just gonna read he says, "Cool, you're a Cree speaker. Pisis bagun wan." I'm still learning my language, and it's because of music that I started writing in the Cree language and singing in the Cree language, because I was singing in Latin and Italian and French, and I'm like, whoa, wait a minute, I need to learn my language. So that's why I started performing and writing and composing in the Cree language. So my 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 language is coming back to me slowly because of music. And then Janet said, "Your song is so appropriate, especially with all the losses we experienced this past year due to COVID-19." And it's so true. We lost four community members in our community of Opaskwayak due to COVID, but I know people around the world have lost family members, and just this song is about love and sharing the love around the world. And my friend Kate from Australia, Catherine McEwen, she's a beautiful artist. Thank you for tuning in. She says, "Congratulations, Rhonda." And my sister Janet said, "So surreal to see your music sheets being played by a Prague orchestra." It was really surreal when I was watching them record the video. It was uh it was surreal. I had my headphones on, and I was listening to this orchestra play my music, and it was so touching, and I was crying because it was one of my dreams what came true, and it was such a really amazing moment. Brian says, "That sounds cool." Brandy Vezina, congrats, Rhonda. Thank you, Brandy. Thanks for tuning in. Brandy is one of the alumni for the Manitoba Arts Network Emerging Artists program that we had, believe 4 years ago now, and now she's exploding in the music scene, and she's doing so wonderful. And thank you for tuning in, Brandy. Uh, Brian says that's good. Cree words are fun. Yes, that's for sure. They just flow out of my tongue so easily. Brandy says, "So proud of you." Thank you so much. Thank you everyone for tuning in, and thank you for all your kind words and support. And this show has been so wonderful. And Viv says, "Claps for you. Music is healing, and the song is heartfelt. You deserve the moments and what's to come." Thank you, Viv. You're awesome. Kat says, "You should be very proud. A lot of worthwhile hard work this year. Oh yes, of course, I was so busy this year. It's just been amazing, and I appreciate you too, Sister Brandy. I can't wait for us to be on this. Can't wait for us to share the stage again. It was so much fun the last time we played. Janet says, "How many plays in Europe?" I'm not sure how many plays in Europe, but I when I check the stats from my SoundCloud, the highest country was Russia. So I'll have to go back and check the stats, and then I could post later how much plays are being done in Europe, but it's lots anyways. The majority of the plays and spins of the 152,000 plays are in Europe or like across the ocean. So they're really loving the song there, and I'm really glad that our Cree language is being played. It's 152,000. Yes, Janet. That's how many spins it got, and it's still climbing. So it's really exciting for me. So the other thing I wanted to talk about, some of the exciting guests I had on my show were Keith Sakola, and we had a really good conversation about our health because we both shared uh, a similar setback or a similar challenge. So we both got acoustic neuroma brain tumors, but yet we were gifted with our voice and still able to perform and to share our music with the world. So I really appreciated Keith Sakola for coming on and sharing his challenges as well, and we kind of compared stories of how we overcame our challenge, and we're both really lucky to be still walking this earth and to be sharing our music with everyone. So I want to thank Keith Sakola, and I want to also talk about Marianne Patrick. Marianne is well known in the Palo Trail, and she was one of my guests on the Indigenous Superstar, and I was so glad she came on, and she shared some really good stories and good history about dancing and beadwork and being on the Palo Trail. So I want to thank her for coming on, and so many people shared the post and on the show when she came on. So I want to thank everyone for tuning in at that show. My other sister Annette says, "To see you working so hard with this is so rewarding, not only for you, but those who don't know how many beautiful musicians are in the world. Good job, sister." Oh yes, that's so true. And I'm still not done, even though COVID, if when COVID leaves the world, I'm gonna continue on with the show and continue to interview the amazing Indigenous artists throughout the world. And it's been so rewarding, and the music that we compose and the lyrics that we write are so uh um heartfelt. Those are our stories that we share, and they're so near and dear to us. And Janet says, "Like and subscribe my YouTube channel." Yes, it's under my name, Rhonda Head. Go and like, and you can go and view the past shows that the past artists that I've interviewed. And then when you like and subscribe, you won't miss any future shows. So that's pretty awesome. So with that, I'm going to play you another song here. Let's see how I can do it. So just want to thank everyone for tuning in again. It wouldn't be a great show if I didn't have the fans tuning in, and thank you for you know, tuning in and supporting the other artists as well. So this is my latest CD that release that I just did today, that I released today. I know I'll see you again. There's no one who can lie. Sisters, brothers, and friends. He don't care what we do. I know I'll see you again on the power trail music scene. spring or fall, kitam ke wapite, kitam ke wapite, kitam ke wapite. I know I'll see you again. There's nowhere for goodbye, sisters, brothers, and friends. Keep up and walk with me. Keep up and walk with me. I know I'll see you again. There's nowhere for goodbye, sisters, brothers, and friends. Keep up and walk with me. I know I'll see you again on the Pillow Trail music scene. Winter, spring, or fall, keep on your walk with me. Keep on your walk with me. Keep on your walk with me. I know I'll see you again. There's no one for goodbye, sisters, brothers, and friends. Keep on your walk with me. So that's my latest release. It got released today, and it's available on all digital platforms. So I'm gonna start marketing that song and getting it out, and hopefully you'll get a lot of radio play, like Kisagitin, I love you. So the reason why I it's a I re-released the song, and I released it with my album in 2017, Kisagitin. So I was recently listening to my music, and this song came up, and when I heard it, it made me cry because of the pandemic and what we're going through right now. You know, we haven't seen our friends. We're only reaching out through them through digitally, and you know, I also dance women's traditional, so that's why I had to put the Powwow Trail on there. I miss everyone. I miss listening to everyone sing on the Powwow Trail and dancing, and the energy of being around other musicians, whether it's our music conferences or music award shows, or performing, sharing the stage with each other. That's what the song's about, but it has more meaning right now with COVID. So that's why I wanted to re-release it and add some hand drum to it. And so hopefully it'll get out there and do well on the radio and um and plays on my social media platforms. So yeah, and yeah, so I'm really grateful for everyone tuning in again. My sister wants me to play Old Soul, so I hope you guys don't mind. If you want to, if you want me to play it, I'll let me see here. Let me find it. Like I said, I'm doing this. I'm used to interviewing other people and being all prepared and okay, let's see. Okay, I found it. So this song's going out to my sister Janet. Don Decora says nice. Brandy says congrats. I'll go listen and share. Barbara Tralala says yes. It's okay. Here you go, Old Souls. I just recorded this. I released this song too a couple of months ago. Is an old love, baby. It's older than all our years. This love survives the ages, and its story lies on pages. Till then, may us turn slow. Love is a strong love, baby. Give it all and still receive. And so with empty arms, we must still believe. All souls last forever, so we need never fear goodbye. A kiss when I must go, no tears. In turn, we kiss. Hello. So that was another release that I did. It's a cover from the soundtrack, Phantom of the Paradise. And thank you, Brian. He says, good to your voice. Thank you so much. So yeah, I recorded that song. I was a big fan of the movie Phantom of the Paradise, and there's a couple songs in there that I like. Janet says, I can hear this in the next James Bond movie. Yeah, that just reminds me. CBC played my song "Old Souls" on International Women's Day, and the announcer said that this song's going out to all the women for International Women's Day, and she said this could be the next Bond song. So that was pretty cool for her to say that on CBC. So I hope somebody hears it, and hopefully it'll go in the next Bond song with the new James Bond, who's that gorgeous man from Bridgerton. Brian Waskowitz said, I wish I could sing like that. Ah, you're too sweet. Catherine McEwen from Australia says, I agree. Yay. So hopefully it'll go get on there. Hopefully someone will push it to the James Bond movie producers and directors, and hopefully they hear it, and maybe I could meet that gorgeous man that played on Bridgerton. But who wasn't he gorgeous? And who I'm sure I'm not the only woman that wants to meet him. That's funny. So I have another video that I wanted to share. It's a video I recorded. I think it was last year or 2 years ago. I recorded it with the awesome Boogie the Beat, and he's a DJ, and he's so good, and I'm really glad that he came up, and we rented the Kikiwak, and we recorded Ave Maria, and I recorded in the Cree language, and we added some beats to it, and it's just like a really cool dance video. But it's sung in Cree, and it's okay. Wait a minute. Hold on here. I'm playing it too soon here. Sorry again. I'm not used to recording myself. Okay, hold on here. Okay. Oosh. Okay. Nope, doesn't want to play here. Hold on. Sorry about that. Okay, let me try again. Okay, last time, 3 times the charm, so I got it this time. So that was a fun video to do. The community of my reserve of Pascua Cree Nation came out, and we just had a lot of fun dancing and just having so much fun while my video guy did the video. So that was a lot of fun. So I'm probably gonna do a video for Kitampi Wapington, but I'm still thinking about how it's gonna go. So that'll be released soon as well. I just want to talk about one of the other guests that I had that was really cool. It was Felipe Rose, and if anyone doesn't know Felipe Rose, he's uh, the the former member of the Village People, and he's the Indian guy on the group. He's one of the founding members and of the group, but he's no longer with them now. He's gone. He's a solo act now. But I interviewed him, and we had so much fun, and we even did the YMCA, and he showed me how to do the moves properly, and we had so much fun. I was just dancing on my chair, and he just gave it his all when he did the interview, and he performed with all his heart. And I want to thank him for agreeing to come onto the show. It was so much fun and exciting to have him on the show. And all the artists are pretty amazing that I had. And if you have a chance, go check out my YouTube channel. All of the interviews are on there, and they're also on the Indigenous Superstar website. And also that's also that's a wild story. Oh, that's a moving tune. Thank you very much. So also I wanted to it kind of took me I lost my train of thought when someone Agent 301 said that's a wild story. So yeah, oh, I also wanted to say, to mention that the shows are also on a podcast. It's on a Spotify podcast and Apple podcast. So, the my podcast is doing really well in the United States. I believe it was 231 out of all the podcasts that were being played in the United States. So that's a pretty good number considering how many podcasts that are being heard and on the radio and downloaded and all that. So I'm pretty proud to announce that too. So and the other thing I want to let you know is that I'm also a part of the 100 Women of Inspiration that on that truck that's going across Canada. Um, I also got asked to write some pages for the for the book that we're going to be launching a book, I believe, in September. And the lady that's organizing this event is also looking at a Netflix um, documentary or docu-series, and my show Indigenous Superstars will be on there, so I'll be promoting the show on that as well. So that's another exciting announcement. Have any questions for me? Does anyone want to know how I got into music? Because I have a story to tell about that. I could share how I got into singing. It wasn't something that I always wanted to do. However, I did play piano when I was younger, and I was in a high school band. Then I graduated and I moved to Toronto. And then while I was there, I didn't know a soul, so I thought I was either going to go into um, acting, singing, or dancing. So I thought, well, I already have a musical background, so I might as well just go into to singing. So I looked in the phone book, and the Toronto phone book was like that wide. Remember when there was phone books? And when I looked into the music section, it was that there were so many music teachers in Toronto, and you know how tiny the font is on in the. So I went to half of that, and I opened a page, and I closed my eyes, and here's the phone book, and I went, and that's who I called. And the teacher that I called happened to live in my neighborhood of Toronto, and Toronto is like a huge city, so it was a really I really lucked out. So I went to my music lessons, and the teacher ended up being an opera singer, and I was open at the time. I was only 18, and I was open to do anything, and that's how I got into to singing in the style that I do, and I fell in love with the music and the repertoire that I practice, and it was so wonderful. And I always say that classical. I didn't go looking for classical music. It found me, and that's my story of how I started singing. uh, Brandy said it's meant to be. Yes, I agree. It was meant to be. And then transitioning from the languages of Latin, French, Italian into my own language too is also meant to be. And I'm really proud that I perform in my own Cree language, and I'm gonna continue to do that. I'm planning a little retreat to go down to an unknown place, and I'm gonna go and write and compose some more music. And the other thing I want to talk about my composing. I compose my music from the landscape of my homelands of Opaskwayak Cree Nation. So I'm always taking pictures of the land, and that's where I base my melodies from. So the songs that I shared with you, Kasagitin, I Love You, and Kita Ampi Wapintin, that music came from the landscape of my homeland. So I hope you enjoyed tonight's episode. It was on me, and it was on the amazing announcements that I had, and sharing some of the awesome guests that I've had on uh on on the awesome guests that I had on Indigenous Superstars. And my sister says, your CD Kayas when you went to that was my second CD, Janet. It was Nikamoon. Nikamoon, my second CD, Nikamoon was a bunch of songs, hymns, Cree hymns that I chose to record in the style of classical, and they were in Cree. So what we did was we went to the wakes when somebody passed away in our community, and we sat there and listened to the song. Of course, we sang too, but the songs where the congregation sang the loudest, and you felt an energy, a spirit in the room. Those were the songs that I chose to use to record for my second song, my second CD, Nikamun. And that CD, I got so many nominations and awards from that CD. So it's really a real special CD. So with that, I want to thank everyone for tuning in tonight and listening to my like I said, some of my stories of past guests, and and that we're going to continue on. And even though COVID is over, my next guest next week is Dustin Harding. He's a blues artist, so I'm looking forward to recording him, and he's going to bring in all his band. And I hope I'm going to be posting on my social media about the award show, and I hope you help me get the word out and share the post so we can get as many artists applying. And I'm going to do my best to work with other music organizations to try and make it worthwhile to promote your music and a platform to share our music. So I'm really proud and excited to be working hard to have a successful award show, and it's our award show because I like I said, I spoke to a lot of other musicians on how they would like a show how they would like the show to be run, and the categories, because there's a lot of categories that have been missed out on other award shows. So I wanted to be try to my best to be inclusive with as many Indigenous musicians as I could. So this is, like I said, this is our first inaugural show, and I'm gonna plan to continue doing the award show yearly, and we're gonna have a gala here, hopefully next year in Opaskwayak Cree Nation, so we can actually have people showcasing, and we can be come together and hang out and visit again, because I miss everyone. I can't wait to see everyone. And thank you so much for tuning in. And uh, stay safe, stay healthy. It's been a year since the show's been since I've been doing the show, and the reason why I did the show was because how when COVID came, it seemed like everything stopped, and even including the music. And I thought, if I'm feeling this way, I'm sure all the other artists are feeling that way, and especially the Indigenous artists, because we uh, we don't have that much many platforms to showcase our music. So I thought about the show, and I just took a risk and started interviewing really awesome musicians, and it's proved to be wonderful, and I'm so happy that I've been doing the show, and I've got to interview some really amazing musicians, and I got to meet some amazing musicians, and I'm looking forward to meeting more, and continue to interview the musicians that I've met on the music trail and the powwow trail as well. And so I just want everyone to stay safe, stay healthy, kisagitin, and next week's guest is Dustin Harder. So I hope you enjoyed the evening, and I love you all, and see you next week. Ehe, ekuse.